This is AMS TV and you are watching AMS English News, and here are today's top stories. Senior Congress leader Sonia Gandhi has raised serious concern over the government's approach to the women's reservation issue. In an article published in The Hindu, she questioned the urgency behind pushing key bills during a special parliament session. She alleged that the government is trying to gain political advantage, especially when election campaigns are at their peak in states like Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. Gandhi pointed out that although the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam was passed earlier, its implementation depends on future census and delimitations. She warned that the real agenda could be delimitations which remains unclear and could pose risk to constitutional balance. Tension turned violent in Noida as workers of Motherson Group protested for a salary hike. The protest, ongoing for 3 days, escalated when workers claimed their demands were ignored. On Monday morning, the situation spiraled out of control as protesters blocked roads, hurled stones, and set nearly 10 vehicles and buses on fire. Police intervention led to clashes, with the police vehicle overturned during the chaos. Authorities had to use tear gas to disperse the crowd. The incident occurred in Phase 2 area and additional police forces were deployed to restore order. Officials say the situation is now under control, but tension remains high. In a significant political move ahead of elections, Chandrakumar Bose, grandson of Subhash Chandra Bose, has joined the Trinamool Congress. He made the announcement in the presence of party leaders including Bratya Basu and Kirti Azad. After joining, Bose criticized the Bharatiya Janata Party, accusing it of divisive politics and spreading communal tension. He called for unity to protect the country. Bose had earlier joined BJP in 2016 and contested election against Mamata Banerjee but lost. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to address party workers virtually under the Mera Booth Sabse Mazboot program. Around 30 Congress MLAs from Karnataka have reached New Delhi, intensifying pressure on the party leadership for a cabinet reshuffle. These MLAs are part of nearly 40 senior leaders seeking changes in the state government. They plan to meet the party high command to demand better representation and inclusion in the ministry. Meanwhile, 38 first-time MLAs have also stepped up, asking for at least 5 ministers' posts. The growing demand highlights internal pressure within the Indian National Congress, raising questions about leadership balance and future political strategy in the state. In Surendranagar, Gujarat, a tragic road accident claimed 7 lives of Monday morning. The incident occurred on the Lakhtar-Viramgam highway when a speeding truck ran over a group of pedestrians. The victims were pilgrims from Rajkot belonging to the Bharwar community. They were walking between Charda and Bhaskarpara when the accident happened. According to reports, 5 men and 2 women died on the spot. The truck hit them from behind at high speed, leaving no time to react. Police have reached the scene and started an investigation into the accident. The United States has announced a major blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, starting today, escalating tension with Iran. According to US Central Command, ships heading to Iranian ports will be stopped from 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. US President Donald Trump stated that the move aims to halt Iran's oil export and weaken its military strength. He claimed that Iran's naval capacity has been significantly damaged. Following the announcement, global oil prices surged sharply, with Brent crude crossing $102 per barrel. Report by the Wall Street Journal suggests that further military action is also under consideration if tension continues to rise. The White House says all options remain open. A controversial statement by Muhoozi, son of Uganda's president, has triggered global reaction. He demanded $1 billion and the most beautiful women from Turkey as a condition to maintain diplomatic ties. Posting on X, he warned that failure to meet its demand within 30 days could lead to civil closure of embassies and even a ban on Turkish airlines. He also advised Ugandan citizens to avoid travel to Turkey. Additionally, he offered to send 1 lakh troops in support of Israel. However, Turkey has not issued any official response so far. The remarks have sparked widespread criticism and raised serious diplomatic concern globally. Pakistan is set to receive $5 billion financial support from Saudi Arabia and Qatar. This comes at a crucial time as Pakistan faces a repayment deadline to the United Arab Emirates. the country must repay $3.5 billion within the next 11 days. The financial aid will help Pakistan manage its external debt and avoid economic pressure. Experts say this support could stabilize the economy temporarily, but long-term reforms are still needed to ensure sustainable financial growth and stability. India's stock market witnesses a sharp decline on Monday, April 13. The BSE Sensex plunged nearly 1,300 points to trade around 76,270. Meanwhile, the Nifty 50 dropped 370 points, slipping to 23,670. Heavy selling in government banks stock dragged the market lower throughout the day. Investor sentiment remained weak due to ongoing uncertainty and global cues. Experts say profit booking in banking share is a key reason behind this fall. Traders are advised to remain cautious as market volatility is expected to continue in the near term. In the Indian Premier League today, Sunrisers Hyderabad face Rajasthan Royal in match 21st at Hyderabad. The game will begin at 7:30 p.m. with the toss at 7 p.m. Rajasthan Royals are in brilliant form, winning all four of their matches and sitting at the top of the table. Meanwhile, Sunrisers Hyderabad have struggled this season, losing 3 games. Playing at home, SRH will look to make a strong comeback while RR will aim to continue their winning streak and maintain dominance in the tournament. A fresh heat wave is building across parts of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan with temperatures touching 40 degrees Celsius. The India Meteorological Department has issued a heat wave alert especially for Gujarat and border area of Rajasthan. After nearly 2 weeks of relief due to western disturbance, temperatures are rising again. Meanwhile, strong dust storms with wind speed up to 40 km per hour are expected in Delhi and Punjab. In contrast, snowfall has been reported in Kupwara located in Jammu and Kashmir, showing extreme weather variation across the country. That's all for today's bulletin. We'll be back with more updates next time. Until then, this is Tamanna Rizvi signing off. Have a good day.